General Hospital spoilers, Maxie is a traitor, sending Sonny to jail to protect Bailey. In the world of General Hospital, betrayal never comes easy, and when it does, it's never without layers of heartbreaking motives, shocking truths, and impossible choices. Fans are buzzing with a potential storyline that has the power to tear apart not just friendships, but entire family foundations. The latest spoilers suggest that Maxie Jones, long considered one of the heartbeats of Port Charles, may be stepping into a role no one ever imagined. The traitor who turns against Sonny Corinthos, sending him to jail, all in the desperate name of protecting her daughter, Bailey. Could Maxie truly betray Sonny, a man whose empire has often shielded her loved ones from danger? What would push her to such lengths, and how will this unravel the delicate web of alliances in Port Charles? Let's dive into this sprawling saga filled with twists, betrayals, and emotional explosions. Maxie has survived kidnappings, manipulations, heartbreaks, and the constant shadows of danger that follow those closest to her. But her daughter, Bailey Louise, has always been her Achilles heel. Since the moment she faked Bailey's identity to protect her from Peter August, Maxie has lived in perpetual fear that her little girl would once again become a pawn in someone else's power struggle. Now, new threats begin to emerge. Rumors swirl in Port Charles that one of Sonny's latest enemies has Bailey on their radar. Whispers that Victor Cassadine's remnants, Brennan's allies, or even Cyrus Renault's leftover contacts are circling, looking for the perfect target to break Sonny and his family. When Maxie hears Bailey's name mentioned in connection with Sonny's war, she spirals into full panic mode. She's lost too much already: Nathan, Georgie, and the years of peace she should have had. She refuses to let Bailey become another casualty. Enter a chilling new player, a federal prosecutor determined to take Sonny down once and for all. This character, who could be written as a fierce, morally gray rival, thinks someone like a younger version of Nora Buchanan or a returning DA like Rick Lansing with a vendetta, approaches Maxie with an impossible bargain. Help us put Sonny Corinthos behind bars, and Bailey will be safe. Stay silent, and we can't guarantee your daughter won't get caught in the crossfire. Maxie initially recoils at the thought. Sonny has been an ally, even a protector at times, and his connection to her family through Spinelli and Carly is undeniable. But as the threats escalate, mysterious calls, a break-in at her apartment, a doll of Bailey left on the doorstep, Maxie's terror grows. The prosecutor sharpens the knife. If Maxie gives testimony, inside knowledge, or even fabricated evidence that links Sonny to ongoing crimes, not only will Bailey be granted federal protection, but Maxie herself will be shielded from the mob retaliation that is sure to follow. The next chapters of this story would paint Maxie in full emotional conflict. She confides in Spinelli, who warns her that betraying Sonny could destroy everything, not only for the Corinthos family, but for Maxie herself. Maximista, think carefully. Once you betray Sonny, there's no going back. He's more than a man, he's a symbol in this town. If you help take him down, everyone you love will be in danger, no matter what the feds promise. But Maxie is haunted by visions of losing Bailey, just as she lost Nathan, just as she lost Georgie. She begins to justify her actions. If Sonny goes to prison, won't Port Charles finally be safe? Haven't Carly, Jason, and Michael paid enough prices already? Wouldn't she be saving Bailey from a lifetime of mob wars? Her heart and mind are at war. And in true soap opera fashion, her turmoil plays out against the backdrop of Bailey's innocent laughter, underscoring the stakes of her decision. The breaking point comes when Bailey is nearly snatched outside Kelly's. The attempt is foiled, but the message is clear: Bailey is a target. Maxie, shaking with terror, agrees to the prosecutor's deal. She begins feeding information about Sonny's dealings, conversations overheard through Spinelli, and even testifies to things she only half knows. The prosecutor doesn't care if it's airtight. The goal is to bury Sonny in charges until the mob kingpin is behind bars for good. The betrayal detonates in explosive court scenes. Sonny is blindsided when Maxie takes the stand, her voice trembling but her words sharp as knives. Carly's jaw drops, Spinelli hides his face in shame, and even Dante, Sonny's son and Maxie's longtime friend, is torn between his badge and his blood. Maxie swears under oath. "I know what I saw. I know what Sonny Corinthos has done. And I can't let my daughter grow up in a world where he keeps walking free."
The courtroom gasps.
Sonny's eyes lock on hers, wounded yet filled with rage. The fallout is catastrophic. Carly confronts Maxie in a volcanic scene at the Metro Court, demanding how she could betray the one man who has stood by her in her darkest hours. Carly calls her a coward and accuses her of hiding behind Bailey instead of standing up to her own demons. Spinelli is crushed, torn between his loyalty to Maxie and his moral compass. He warns her that the feds can't protect her forever, and once Sonny's allies discover the truth, she'll have painted a target on her back bigger than ever. Brooklyn is stunned, realizing Bailey is the reason Maxie did what she did. Their friendship fractures, with Brooklyn accusing Maxie of destroying lives just to protect her own. Dante finds himself in the impossible position of testifying against his father while feeling betrayed by Maxie. His rage and heartbreak explode in scenes that remind fans of Dominic Zamprogna's Emmy-caliber talent. Meanwhile, Sonny sits behind bars, stripped of his empire, plotting both survival and revenge. For the first time, he feels truly defeated, not by a rival mobster, but by someone he once called family. But in true General Hospital style, nothing is ever what it seems. As the story deepens, it's revealed that the prosecutor manipulating Maxie may have had ties to Peter August all along. The doll left on Maxie's doorstep wasn't just a random threat, it was Peter's calling card, meant to remind her that his reach extended beyond the grave. Maxie realizes too late that she's been used. Her testimony may have put Sonny in jail, but Bailey is no safer, and now she's made herself the most vulnerable she's ever been. The final chapters of this saga would explore whether Maxie can redeem herself, or if she's permanently crossed the line. Will she team up with Carly and Spinelli to undo the damage, exposing the prosecutor's corruption and freeing Sonny? Or will Sonny, once released, mark her as the ultimate traitor, forever cutting ties and perhaps even seeking revenge? For Maxie, this is more than a storyline, it's a test of her soul. Protecting Bailey came at the cost of betraying a man who once saved her life. And in Port Charles, betrayals have a way of coming back to destroy you when you least expect it. General Hospital has always thrived on impossible choices, emotional gut punches, and the thin line between love and betrayal. Maxie's decision to betray Sonny to protect Bailey would be one of the most shocking twists in recent years, ripping apart friendships, alliances, and families. For fans, the storyline offers everything: courtroom drama, emotional breakdowns, mob intrigue, and the eternal question of whether doing the wrong thing for the right reason can ever truly be forgiven. As Sonny sits in a cell, Carly plots his freedom, and Maxie watches her world collapse. One thing is certain: Port Charles will never be the same again.